the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
To Kentucky, and Dequan Finn to Baylor, who I really like and I'm excited to talk about for a little bit here. Matt Green, I'll let you bounce around here. I don't. If you don't want to go up and down the list, who would you rather start? Needle mover, not a needle mover for you of these 10. Where do you want to go first?
Let's start with I think the biggest name of the offseason to most people, Cam Ward to Miami. Is Cam Ward a needle mover or not a needle mover?
He's absolutely a needle mover. I think he's almost the most sure thing needle mover in this cycle. He's going to be big. I think a lot of people are just scared to buy into Mario Cristobal all the way. They kind of want to see it. Some people need to jump on early, because I'm going to be one of those people this summer where the preview series people are, I'm already getting prepared for the smart college football folks to be like, look, I like Cam Ward. I like what he did at Washington State, but it's just, I have to see it to believe it at Miami. And it's like, I think it's okay to just be like, I think Miami's going to be really good. I think Miami, even if you have questions about the offensive line, this, that, and the other, the ACC, not Florida State, I don't think it's going to be as strong. Obviously, Clemson's not the Clemson of old. Here's the thing about Cam Ward. He started 25 games. He's extremely durable at his career at Washington State. 6,963 passing yards, 48 touchdowns, only 16 interceptions. He also ran for 13. He completes 65%, really 66% of his passes. He was great at Washington State. He was a borderline Heisman type guy at times. And if he was on a better Washington State team, who knows where he ultimately finishes up in Heisman voting potentially one year. Miami was 24th in yards per attempt in college football last year. The offense was sneaky good. And I think people may have overlooked that because Miami lost in obviously the Georgia Tech crazy fashion, but Miami's offense was good by and large when healthy last year. The Cougs were 4th in passing offense last year. I just look at this situation. He's going to come in with better weapons. I understand the conference and level of play. It's not like he's walking into the SEC or walking into the Big Ten here, Matt Green. He's played a lot of college football to this point. He's had success, whether it was Incarnate Ward, whether it was Wazoo. I just think he's such a high floor guy that getting him and then keeping him away from your rival, because that was the rumor all offseason was Cam Ward was going to be the 1-year stopgap at Florida State after he left Washington State. Instead, he goes to Miami. And I am buying all the Cam Ward stock. So I am going to say at the end of the year, we will look back and say Cam Ward was a huge needle mover for this quarterback cycle. I think he's going to be the biggest one. And I think it's going to end up being a difference between Miami making the college football playoff and winning the ACC this year.
I'm going to say Cam Ward is not a needle mover. I think Cam Ward is a good player. I don't want to be the team success is all about the quarterback guy. But part of me does worry that they went 7-6 in 2022 and 5-7 in 2023. Like, the Pac-12 was really good in 2023. It was probably better than most years in 2022. Like, you had like 5 10-win teams, I think, in the conference that year. Part of me worries that Cam Ward is a stats guy and he's not an actual elevate the program guy, and time will tell. Maybe that Washington State team was really bad. I feel like they were just kind of middle of the road in the Pac-12. Part of what you said is true. Like, the ACC literally might be a weaker conference than the Pac-12 was a year ago. So it's kind of wide open. He might not have to be as good as he was a year ago. And they might be the most talented team in the conference this year. But I don't know. There's part of me, and part of it's, you're probably right. It's probably part of it is the Cristobal thing. Like, can I really trust Miami? But I don't know if Cam Ward is, like, I hate throwing around the winner thing, but part of me wonders if he can actually be by your definition, like a program changing guy, because at Miami, program changing is not coming in and winning and going 9-3 and maybe making the ACC championship or something. Like, program changing is like getting them back into title contention. And can they be like a top 10 team next year? I don't know. That remains to be seen. So I'm going to say he's not a needle mover in that sense.
What would you guess year 3 was for Mario Cristobal at Oregon?
Year 3, was that the year where they got upset late? They went like 11-2, 11-3,
12-2.
Is that Herbert's last year?
Yes. Went to the Rose Bowl. 12-2, year 3.
They were in the playoff contention. What
Yeah.
they like got blown out by like Arizona State or something like that, like late in the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, they and that's what I feel about Cristobal. It's like that was a team that was a playoff team, and he fumbled.
But in the new model, you make the playoff.
No, that's true. And Miami has been recruiting well the last few years, so they could be on their way. I'm still cautious to put too much faith in Cristobal.
Fair enough, Matt Green. Where do you want to go next?
You referenced it a second ago, so let's go to the rival. Let's go DJU at Florida State. Needle mover or not a needle mover?
Not a needle mover. Or this might be a way of getting out of this a little bit. He might be a needle mover in the wrong way. And a needle mover in the program takes a step back. I look at it as a positive sense, the needle mover, and we think of it as a positive sense. I think he's going to have a rough year. I think Florida State's going to have a rough year. They're losing a lot of big time talent. They were obviously really great in the portal. Depth was a concern last year. You saw in the Georgia game a lot of the depth or lack
Nicely done, nephew.
Showcased.
The Chase Thomas podcast. Hell yeah.